Well, it's that time again. Let's walk in faith, talk about anime, and grow together. Welcome to Rev's Otaku Talk. Hey Otaku fam, welcome back to Rev's Otaku Talk, the podcast where faith and fandom collide. I'm your host Rev, and with me is my co-host Techs-Mechs.
Hey guys.
And this is Season 3, The Character of Characters. In this season, we'll be taking a deep dive into the hearts, minds, and moral journeys of some of the most unforgettable characters in anime. This season, we're going beyond the battles, beyond the art, and beyond the hype. We're breaking down what truly makes a character compelling. Their choices, their struggles, their growth, and what their stories can teach us about purpose, identity, and perseverance. From heroes to villains, side characters to legends, we'll explore how character shapes their story and how it can shape ours. So power up, press play, and get ready, because this is Rev's Otaku Talk. Let's get started. In today's episode, we are going from the teacher to the student, as we take a look at how character traits can pass from one person to the other. Join us as we take a look at the character of Kanata Katagiri. Kanata is the quiet yet highly skilled protagonist of MF Ghost, known for his precise driving, calm demeanor, and strong sense of discipline behind the wheel. Raised and trained in Europe, Kanata brings a refined, almost clinical racing style to Japan's MFG competitions, where he quickly rises up through the ranks despite his reserved personality. He shows deep respect for the art of racing and a natural ability to read the road, weather, and competition with remarkable accuracy. His driving reflects a blend of technical mastery and instinct, making him a standout among even the most experienced drivers. Kanata's connection to Takumi Fujiwara from Initial D is central to his character. He is revealed to be one of Takumi's students, having trained under the legendary downhill racer after Takumi's own career evolved beyond street racing. This mentorship explains Kanata's exceptional car control, particularly his smooth handling and deep understanding of grip and balance, hallmarks of Takumi's driving philosophy. In many ways, Kanata represents the next generation of Takumi's legacy, carrying forward the techniques and mindset that made his teacher a legend, while adapting them to a new era of racing. In previous episodes, we briefly touched on how character traits can be passed on or taught to others around us. And we can see this through Kanata and Takumi Fujiwara.
Well, man, I don't know if it was Initial D or what it was, but I started watching racing lately. I did take my son to go watch that racing, the IndyCar race Grand Prix over in St. Petersburg.
Okay.
And I've kind of been following the races now. So, I've always liked racing. Ever since the days of PS2 and, Need for Speed and, Need for Speed Underground. And
Need for Speed Underground 2 is the GOAT, man.
Yes. Everybody, every millennial out there knows that. They know the soundtrack, They know when that song comes on the radio that, there was many races to be had.
Yep.
But, there's something that I learned just watching the races I've been watching now. And it's just like anything else where you don't want to make any mistakes. The more mistakes you make, the worse it is for you. But especially in racing where everyone's moving in the same direction, one mistake could cost you, first place or even 10 places.
Yeah.
And like you said, there's a discipline. Discipline is everything. Because with discipline, they build skill. They're learning the track. They're diligent, constantly going after it. Every practice run is more that they know about the track in specific, and the car and everything. So when it comes to MF Ghost and Initial D, Takumi and Kanata, that demeanor, I think that's a real professional racer demeanor for sure.
Yeah.
You have to be calm. You can't be a hot shot. You can't be a hothead because it's gonna take away all of your control. So it's cool to see that. Yeah, it's almost like it's like his son.
Yeah.
It's Takumi's. That's his protege. He's passing on that calm demeanor and that skill that that cold, like you said, clinical approach. Very methodic. That's definitely racing.
And it's definitely something that is heavily seen in MF Ghost, because every time Kanata does something new, or he does something that's just, they're like, oh, he can't do this, it can't happen, it's impossible, or this is stupid, dangerous, we always lose people at this point of the track or this point of the race, this is a fatality zone.
Wow.
And then you see Kanata. And if you've watched Initial D before you watch MF Ghost, that's what they did to Takumi.
Try getting his head.
The first time you see Ryosuke on the track, and you see Takumi pass him on Mount Akina, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, that man's going too fast, he's gonna crash,
Yeah.
this dude's a lunatic. And then he counter drifts, like he shifts the momentum of the car on the straight to set himself up for the next drift.
Yeah.
And he's like, inertial drift, what the heck did I just see?
Yeah.
And you see that all the time in MF Ghost, especially once you hit like the third race, where it's all road hazards on this track, and he's driving up and there's this jump that goes over a stream from a waterfall, and you don't see jumps on a street track.
No.
And everybody always jumps on the inside, because
Safer.
if they land on the outside, they lose control and they could crash, they could flip over the rail, whatever. They're all scared to do it. Well, all of a sudden you see Kanata, he decides that he's going to pass somebody on that jump. So he takes the outside, takes the jump, but comes in to where he'll land at an angle and lands into a drift.
That's crazy.
And it's like,
yeah. Doesn't get better
they're
than
sitting
that.
there like, oh no, he's gonna crash. Oh, this dude's a lunatic, and then bam, he pulls off the impossible.
Yeah.
And
Positions the car.
then everybody starts following his suit. All the guys who have guts to try it, they start following what he did, because of the fact that it puts a more aggressive line out there.
Yeah.
It's how he's able to just keep going. And that's a big thing with Takumi. He was very clinical, very analytical. He would drive the track a couple of times. He would feel out the road condition. You'd see his thought process throughout Initial D. And he had a memory where it started becoming muscle memory.
Yeah.
There was an episode where he was drifting in the rain and you really couldn't see anything.
Snow.
And where the other guy was frantic because he couldn't see, so he reaches to turn on his wipers. Well, whenever he did that, he gave up his ability to shift on time. And that kind of really handed the race over to Takumi heavy in that episode, because Takumi didn't touch it.
Yeah.
He didn't touch his wipers, whether he could see or not. He was feeling. He was seeing the track in his head. He was feeling the road conditions, and he was just flying. Whatever. This is playtime. The road's just a little more slippy.
Yeah. I think that's so when you said about Ryosuke, when he got past the beginning, there's that contrast about someone that's very, very much emotional, ego, pride, trying to be somebody. And the other guy, he's just doing what he's been doing for years. You know? And I think that shows that Takumi, not that he's fearless, because he's really not fearless, no one is, but that repetition that becomes muscle memory, it eliminates that fear, because you've done this a million times. It takes away that stage fright, it takes away everything, and you're able to get into this rhythm of, hey, I know every turn and every inch. Yeah. I know how wide and how narrow the road is at every point.
The one thing that I thought was really cool is at the beginning of Initial D, you have Takumi. He's kind of he's very naive to the fact that he's able to do what he's doing with a car. He doesn't see it as skill. He doesn't see it as exciting. He's numb to what he's doing. To him, it's I get up fast, I get down fast, I go back to bed.
Yeah.
It's a job. It's not like he wanted to do it. He was doing it because he had to do it. And it wasn't until the competition really started kicking in, whenever it became a challenge, where it's like, holy crud, this dude's not letting me pass. That aggressive competitive edge started coming over him. Like, I've got to win. And then after a while, it starts becoming fun. He was enjoying it. And you go to Kanata, and whenever you see him at the beginning of MF Ghost, and if you haven't watched it, it's going to be full of spoilers. At the beginning of his story, he comes to Japan after his mom dies, and he enters MF Ghost on Takumi's suggestion, because he wants Kanata to experience more of a street race style racing, because that's what Takumi, that's what made him.
Yeah.
And he wanted Kanata to experience it. So he comes in after his mom dies, and he doesn't have that competitive spirit about him, that extra oomph behind the wheel that says, I'm enjoying myself, I'm having fun. You see him very clinical, very analytical, very blah almost about what he's doing. I mean, there's little spurts where he's like, wow, this car is amazing, or, this is what I want. I don't want a new car. He seems kind of passionate about it, but it's like passionate gone monotone. And it's not up until the third season where he kind of gets that extra oomph back.
Yeah.
Where all of a sudden it's like that spark reignites, and then he's just flying. I mean, that's that point where he's all the way back in like 10th, going into 10th place. And then I kind of told the story a little bit during the Takumi episode, where the spirit of his dad kind of came down and took the pain out of his arm and was helping him shift the car pretty much.
Yeah.
And he just starts going wild. And he's like, no, I'm going to take revenge on every single person who passed me.
Yeah.
I'm going to win. Against his mechanic and advisor's recommendation, he's like, nah, my elbow feels good now, we gonna ride, And he shreds all the way into second place from 10th.
And that happens more often than you think. Like, when I'm talking about these races that I'm watching, my favorite racer, he might be back in 14th or 16th place, and I know he's going to be top 3 at the end of the race.
Yeah.
And you see it every time, because it's that confidence in knowing I'm gonna do everything right at every turn. Of course, there's always risk for chaos. There's accidents. There's a lot of accidents actually on IndyCar racing.
Yeah.
They'll hit a side and they'll turn over, or sometimes flip over.
Yeah.
Glad they're safe, but they're as safe as they could be. But this guy, he's just going through. He'll go to the top. He'll hold first sometimes the whole race, and then lose it somewhere. But man, it's great to see. So all the people who made MF Ghost and Initial D, they're race people. They're car racing people. They watch.
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, the Drift King, he was part of them putting the techniques and everything. And they came to him for advice on, okay, we want this to be as realistic as possible. What do we do? And he advised them on it. I mean, I was looking through some of my stuff, and I have in SEMA, the car show in California, they released a rendition of the Drift Bible. It's a DVD tutorial that was made by the Drift King, and he shows you his technique. He talks about how to properly tune your car, talks about suspension, tires, brakes, all of that stuff.
Wow.
And he will go down from beginner technique, and then after you get this technique down, you go to this technique, and after you get this down, you go to this technique, and it's literally from hand braking all the way up to you're about to go formula drifting. And it's really cool to see how, to see the video of him doing it, because while he's talking about it, you're watching him drive. They got cameras down at his feet at the pedals. You're watching his footwork. You're watching his brake work. You're watching his shift work, his steering.
Full instructional.
I mean, they even have a thing in the trunk of the car with a camera on it, and it's like a almost like a bowl.
You see his beer cans rolling around the back.
It's cool because it has like a ping pong ball or something in the middle, and you can see the gravitational shift of the car.
What?
And he's showing how the back end shifts, so you can see the shift of the rear end of the car. I mean, it's really crazy. And then you see the techniques that they show on Initial D, because that was a really big thing, was showing off the technique.
Yeah.
And it is the Drift King's technique. They animated it so perfectly. It wasn't funny with Takumi. And they do the same thing with Kanata.
Yeah.
It's the same pedaling.
Really?
Everything. It's insane. The only thing that is different between Takumi and Kanata is Takumi, you always see him doing what's called a clutch kick. They call it something different on the Drift Bible. But over here in America and in most countries, they just call it a clutch kick. And it's using the clutch and the gas to kick out the back of the car, and along with the brake, instead of pulling the e-brake.
What is that, oversteering or something like that?
Yeah, it's like you start going in with a little bit of understeer, but then you end up way oversteering.
Yeah.
Like, you don't oversteer too much because that's when you spin out. You don't understeer too much because you'll just stall in the turn.
Yeah.
It's
gotta know just how much to use.
It's all control. And but you see a lot of the clutch kick technique with Takumi. Well, whenever you're watching the third race with Kanata, you actually see him pull an e-brake.
Just one time?
You see him pull it a couple of times, but he's it's like that. Whenever I saw that, I'm like, you never see Takumi pull the e-brake.
So you're telling me he's not exactly like Takumi then?
Well, all his techniques he learned from Takumi. So apparently, at some point, because Takumi went to rally racing, he went to European rally racing. At some point, Takumi had to learn how to use an e-brake. Yeah. Either that, or he already knew how to do it, and he just had no need to. Because when he was on Mount Akina, whenever he would explain how he started drifting, he would talk about how each time he went up and down the hill after his dad put the cup in, he would try to go a little faster and a little faster and a little faster, and he just noticed the back end started slipping out. And so he just started trying to control the slip, and the more he gained control of it,
you know how many times it's gotta take to do that? It's gotta be like, I don't blame him at all for having no heart in racing. Because can you imagine that? Like, that's the worst way to be good at something. Like, something that you just done so many times that you're tired of it, and someone says, "Man, that's really cool." That's not what you want to hear. You look at, no, man, that's something my dad makes me do. I don't want to do that. That's not fun for me.
Well, I mean, you see that whenever he goes, "Oh, please do this race for us," when they're going up against the Red Suns, and he's like,
"Oh, I'm important.
Why? Why do I want to do that?
Yeah.
I do that every day. What's the big deal?"
Yeah.
And his dad kind of passively manipulates him into doing it.
For his own good.
And he finishes the race. He doesn't even stop. He just keeps going home. And you see him he looks bored out of his mind.
I imagine.
It's like...
He's on a milk run every day.
What in the world,
man?
I went up and I did tofu. I was a little behind on the uphill. going downhill, that's when I don't have a load in the car. Because even before, whenever he was going to the race and his dad walked him out, he goes, "Do I need a cup for this?" And his dad's like, "No, you don't need a cup this time. Just let it rip."
That means he's been doing a cup every single time.
He's been
For
doing
years.
a cup every single time since he was like 13, 14 years old. Yeah.
I feel like that would have messed with his head a little bit, you know?
Well, the reason why he had to do it was because tofu is delivered in crates of water.
Really?
And if the water sloshes out of the cup, then the water sloshing out of the tofu and messing the tofu up.
Right.
So as long as he doesn't slosh the cup, the tofu in the back is fine.
Right.
What his dad was teaching him was to find the center of gravity of the car.
Yeah.
Once you find the center of gravity of the car, that's it.
Yeah.
You're
If it was me, I would have been like, why is he telling me not to use the cup? I always use the cup. It was like that. I'm not gonna do good. The cup's not there.
Well,
you
the
know?
thing is, you could tell in his voice whenever his dad said that, it was like, really?
Yeah. He's
Like,
definitely not an overthinker. I'm an overthinker.
Just drive?
Yeah.
Yeah, go as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Okay. Then he, like, literally, he gets done and he's like, puts his hand down on his arms up on the window, and he just puts his face down on his hand, like, whatever.
Yeah.
I just won. I'm gonna go home and go to sleep now.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Totally nonchalant. Maybe that's one of the things that kind of nudged him in the direction was, oh, now he's telling me to go fast, and he's never telling him go as fast as you
Well,
can.
after that is randomly, his dad would show him different techniques.
Yeah.
And he started learning from the techniques of other drivers and watching other drivers. And then some of the drivers would even say, "Hey, hop in the car. I'll show you what I do." And Kanata, he got all of that.
Compiled and
So
refined.
all of those character traits and driving traits that Takumi had that he gained from his dad, who's Bunta. His dad's name is Bunta. That he gained from Bunta and all of these other racers throughout all 5 stages. Kanata's getting all of that.
Yeah.
All those characteristics are going from Takumi and Kanata. And that, I believe, is where we see the different techniques coming out of Kanata. Is the sheer fact of
He's blending them.
he got the puree of
Yeah.
everything.
The concentrated, refined part of it.
And it's pretty amazing to see all those traits passed down, and you can physically see them. And there's even times where you see it in Kanata's demeanor. You see that clinical side whenever Kanata's just not feeling much emotion by it. And then you see the same kind of competitive heart whenever it finally just lights up in him that Takumi had whenever he finally found what gave him the passion to continue moving forward.
Wow.
And it's really cool. But it's all in leading by example. It's all in taking what we learn and teaching the next generation. Raver Mom gave a good example of how in her curriculum and stuff she teaches biblical character traits.
Mm-hmm.
And she shares the Bible with her kids, and not only that, she shows them what it is to use those character traits. In Titus chapter 2 verse 7 through 8 it says, "In everything set them an example by doing what is good. In teaching show integrity, seriousness, and soundness of speech that cannot be condemned, so that those who oppose you might be ashamed because they have nothing bad to say about us."
I like that. I don't think I've ever read that.
It's about teaching character.
Yeah.
Everybody had a dislike for Kanata, especially at the beginning. But absolutely nobody, not even the top dog of MFG, can say anything bad about him at all. They're annoyed with him. They passionately hate his guts because they admire him, but they hate the fact that this guy who's never done this race circuit before is beating them. and they admire him for it, and they can't say anything bad about him at all.
Yeah.
They can't say anything bad. Whenever he hurt his elbow and he wasn't able to move, all of them were seriously freaked out at the fact that he was losing.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with this kid?
Something's really wrong.
Is there something wrong with the car? Is there something wrong with him? What's going on? Why isn't he beating us? And then whenever he comes back with a vengeance, it's like, what? Dude, where'd you come from?
He's just showing off.
And it's amazing because of the fact that I think Takumi and Kanata both resound with these verses so heavy because nobody could say anything bad about Takumi either.
You know, I'm afraid of that for our next generations, because even when we were young, you know, you remember being a teenager and thinking, oh, my parents don't know anything, and you know, old people around me, they don't know what they're talking about. I know better. But now we have access to AI, and they do too.
Yeah.
You know, they can really believe that lie that, oh, you know, I have the technology, I have the resources, and I can know more than anyone around me. And in reality, you're not seeing the nuance and the experience that comes from that.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
it's scary.
well, it was even brought forward that you got to be careful with ChatGPT and like Gemini because not all the information they give you is true.
Yeah.
Like there's certain code commands that you can give ChatGPT before you ask a question that forces ChatGPT just to give you facts. No fluff. It's all fact.
Wow.
But if you were to take that off, half of that fact that you got from putting the code in would be lost.
Yeah.
And it would just be nice, airy, fluffy, feel good.
Yeah.
It's a difference, you know, it's like in church. It's a difference between a feel-good message and a fire and brimstone message.
Yeah.
A lot of feel-good messages, they're great. I don't bash them at all. But they're called feel-good messages because they leave out the consequences.
Yeah.
When you got the fire and brimstone message, it's all about the consequences.
Yeah.
Me, I like those messages that are in between.
Yeah.
You gonna go to hell unless... Here's the good news.
Well, we can't forget what Jesus was always telling us: do not worry. You know, so it's if we're giving them a message that's going to be like, okay, I'm going to make you worry. You know, it's not in the same spirit. You know, he's going to think, yes, there's consequence, and
it's not the scary message that I'm talking about. it's the, you know, people have to understand the consequences of their actions.
Yeah.
It's like disciplining a child. Are you going to get on to a child without telling him why he got the consequence?
No. Yeah, you're right.
So it's like the Bible says that the wage of sin is death. Well, we know what we're doing wrong. This is what the consequence is. But that's the nice thing about the Bible. Is there's a lot of hard facts that we've got to take in whenever it comes to the Bible. But the Bible has the but factor.
Oh yeah.
But Jesus.
Yeah. Life more abundantly, salvation.
Yeah. And
blessing.
I'm sorry, the good news message or the feel good messages, to me they always hit a whole lot better whenever it starts off action and consequence.
Yeah.
And it's...
You want the good news or the bad news?
Well, in order to get the good news, you got to have the bad news.
That's why that's what Adam and Eve ate from that tree.
Yeah, so I mean, it's that type of deal. But the Bible is going to the Bible is going to show us how we can correct ourselves. And I think that is what is being lost in the upcoming generation. It
is. One of the biggest ones is a covering.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because of the technology, even just subtracting AI out of this equation, you know, after COVID, so many people didn't go back to church. They're just watching from a screen. And I'll never try to dissuade people from doing that, but to have that be your sole purpose, your sole way of source of getting the word, and not having someone talking to you, or for you to confess sin, because it says to continuously confess your sin, and to have someone to give you that bread, to give you that word, like a pastor, having someone to keep you accountable. You know? So.
And I think that's the big thing. I mean, you confess your sins to the Father.
Yeah.
You plead the blood of Jesus over your life. Mm-hmm. But it's a whole lot easier not to go back
when your brother's watching you.
Exactly.
Hey, brother, why don't you come down here? I see you're messing up a little bit.
It's the importance of a fellowship there.
There's the word.
Again, technology is a very heavy thing. You talked about covering. Technology can't cover you. There are so many people who are doing stuff that's beyond illegal. They get pulled over by a cop and they plead all this junk that they heard on the internet that's like, that's not what the law says. That's what some guy said on the internet. But that's not what the written law of the land that you are living in and abiding in says. So you're going to get the ticket. You're going to get the punishment. Instead of listening to like your parents who have been driving on the road for years and they say, kid, don't do that. You need a license, you need a tag, you need insurance to be on the road. If not, you're going to get a ticket. You're going to get arrested. You're going to lose your license. These are all the consequences.
This is a disconnect that's always been between the new generations and the old generation.
Yeah.
And that is delivery. I haven't been a young guy once. I want to say, maybe not always, but I've been teachable. I'm coachable, but I know there are people out there that have a harder time with that. So yes, you have a knowledgeable mentor, you have a higher experienced coworker that's been there, and then they speak up, maybe sometimes, most of the time, without being prompted.
Yeah.
But they're telling you that sometimes they say it in a way that it's not the best way to say it. After they get to a certain age, they stop really being refined and really being tactful with the speech. They just straight up tell you you're wrong, and this is how you do it, and this is the way you're supposed to do it, and that'll help you. And the young guys will be like, no, he's getting on my case, and it doesn't make it easy to listen.
Yeah, I mean,
you should still take the word for what it is. Take the words that are given to you by someone that's more experienced. Consider them, take them back, and review them. And that's what a wise man does.
Yeah.
He'll consider what's being said and keep what's worth something, and throw away what's not.
Yeah.
You have to leave the emotion out of it.
And that's kind of like what I like about the relationship that Kanata has with his mechanic and his sponsor. Mm-hmm. Is the mechanic, the sponsor's like, more power, let's get a new car, let's do this, let's do that, we got to make them faster, blah 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 blah.
High energy.
Because he doesn't, he doubts his own ride. Yeah. He doubts the car. The
sponsor does.
Yeah. And they bring on a mechanic who is one of Takumi's mechanics as time goes by.
Yeah.
And he knows his stuff. And
it's like, no, there's nothing wrong with the car.
he's doing stuff in stages, and what's insane is he's like ultimately the decision's up to the driver. Yeah. What does the driver want? We can make the recommendation. Let him make the choice though. And Kanata will take to mind what both of them are saying.
Yeah.
And he makes a decision based on it.
That's wise.
And like you said, that's the part that's kind of lost.
Yeah.
Is one side wants to force it, which would be the sponsor.
Yeah.
One side, being the driver, they can either ignore you or they can be wise and they can listen. And then you got the guy who's putting in the work, who is the guy who is experienced in it all, who is giving you his recommendation out of his experiences.
Yeah, his knowledge.
And kind of take both. The sponsor kind of represents technology, new age way of thinking.
Yeah.
The mechanic, the experienced guy, he's
elder.
talking out of he's talking out of experience. He's talking out of life.
Mm-hmm.
And you, the driver, you're the one who's driving down the streets of your life. What are you going to do? You going to listen to somebody who's like, no, we got to push ahead fast, hard, and stupid? Or are we going to take the other side of experience and make an informed decision? Do you want to risk crashing and burning because you're not ready for it? Or do you want to take another route that ensures that you are going to get there safely, but you're going to come out even stronger in the end?
Yeah, this is some deep life lessons right there.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't know if you had those ready, but you got into them deep ones, man.
No, I did not have any of this ready.
Yeah, it's just coming to you.
It's just it's the stuff that I watch a lot of animes.
Yeah.
And some of them hit me different than others.
Yeah.
I love animes that are more on the serious side of driving.
Yeah.
I love car animes.
Yeah.
I don't really care for the comedic ones. I like it whenever the show has some comedy on it. But whenever the race starts, the comedy's out the window.
Yeah.
I want the race.
No banana peels on the road and...
No, I don't like that kind of stuff.
Honking horns.
Yeah. Was that Mario Kart?
Yeah.
I never got into it. I played it a couple of times.
It's a whole lot of drifting.
On the big arcade machine.
Yeah.
And I didn't care for it.
No.
It's like, man, you can't just let it loose unless you're up front.
Yeah.
But then you got to be worried about what's flying at you from the back. And one thing that you see on all the animes with racing is if you start getting anxious,
it's over.
Don't look in the rearview mirror.
Oh, that's the first thing you do.
Don't look in your rear view. Don't look in the side view. Look forward and
Is
drive.
he coming? And then you hit something.
Don't worry about the dude behind you, because as soon as you let him in your head, you lost.
Dude, that is so true. I don't know, any racing game that I played, like I'm fighting for first. I'm fighting. I'm third, second, finally at first. And once I'm at first, instead of focusing, I'm looking back like, oh, how far is he? How far is he? And I start messing up. It's so true, man. It's so true.
It's like Kid Koopa. I got him into Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
I mean, I love playing Gran Turismo. I love playing Forza, and the otaku kids like watching me play.
Yeah.
Because 99% of the time I'm in first.
Yeah.
All the time. And it drives Kid Koopa nuts that whenever he plays, he's not in first. He has to keep playing the track over and over and over and over and over and over. It drives him nuts. And half the time, he doesn't even get to the win. He just walks away. And today, he's sitting there and he's like, oh, I can't win this race. I keep playing it. I can't beat it. And I looked at him. I was like, do what I tell you to do. Just listen to me. Because he's trying to drift the car, he's trying to slam on his brakes, he's trying to do all this junk. It's like, man, listen to me. Do what I tell you to do. And the entire time throughout the first time I was instructing him, the entire time he kept on hitting the button to see where the dude behind him was at.
Yeah.
I was like, forget about the guy.
Yeah.
If he passes you, he passes you. Because guess what? You can always pass him back. I was like, listen to me. It's like listening to your crew chief. Listen.
You're telling me that barreling at 100 miles an hour and T-boning the guy at the turn to bounce off of him to try to get ahead is not a good strategy?
No, it's not a good strategy. But I started guiding him because he doesn't have the lines on. Like you can have there's a setting on Gran Turismo where you can have the line.
Yeah.
You can have the race line.
Yeah.
And he has them off because Daddy doesn't play with the lines.
Yeah.
And if I do play with the lines, half the time I don't follow the lines.
Yeah.
So I started instructing him. Like, okay, you're coming up to a turn. get to this part of the track, prepare for the turn. Once you start going into the turn, do this. Now that you're coming out of the turn, do this. Don't be afraid to hit the apex. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about that. The goal is to stay on the track at this point. But whenever he finally decided to listen to me, the guy passed him one time, and he caught him in a turn, and he ended up back in first place.
Yeah.
And the number one thing I told him is, do not look behind you.
Yeah.
Don't pay attention to what's behind you. What's back there, it's nothing.
Doesn't matter.
You got a full, clean stretch of road in front of you. You're on a straightaway. Let that thing rip.
That's biblical. Did you know that?
Yes, I do know that.
Yeah, you knew that's what you're setting up. You knew that the whole time.
But
don't look behind you.
It's the ability to, like we do on this podcast, we take what we learn in anime, and we bring what the Bible says about the situation and the scenarios and the character of the characters and everything, and they are the object lesson for what God's word has to say.
Yeah, I think Apostle Paul was a racer. He said, "Keep your eyes on the race ahead."
Yeah,
something like that.
Yep, he talked about finishing the race.
Finishing the race, see.
And
I'm pretty sure they drove in Accord.
Yes, they were all in one accord.
They drifted in that thing.
Some of them drifted. They came back, though.
How was that?
But, and that happened today. That was today with them. And to sit there and be able to teach him a lesson that he not only could use to win his game, but that he's able to take into life. We all have a past. We've all done stupid stuff. My past has scared me from doing a lot of things for a long time. And it wasn't until I said, that's it, I'm done. It's not going to control what's in front of me anymore, that things started happening, that the blessings started coming in, that I was able to move to the next stage.
Had a breakthrough.
And you can't let what's behind you in the race we call life control you.
That's right.
Whenever I'm not sure if it was in Initial D or MFG, it could have been, there's another car anime called Overtake, and in one of these three they talked about, if you start getting anxious, flip your rearview mirror up. That way you can't use it. Don't look in your sides, nothing. Not unless you're in the middle of a turn, you got to be able to see what's around you. But whenever you're drifting in parallel, you're going to see the car out your window. You're going to look over and see the car.
Yeah.
So, in all reality, you don't need any of your mirrors at that point.
Just you and the road.
Just pay attention to what's ahead.
Yeah.
If what's behind you is coming, and it starts, hitting your bumper, starts trying to put you into a spin, no, don't let it.
Get it back. Get that control back, or get that focus back.
As long as you know what's in front of you, you can get away from what's behind you.
Yeah.
And in our lives, if we put Jesus at the front, we can always get away with what's behind us.
Jesus, take the wheel. He can drive, man. I just sit in the passenger seat.
But
do you think he's a handbrake or which one will he be?
No, we just drive a little dirty, We wait till he's right there, and then we brake check him real quick and just speed off. He'll spin out by himself.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so you had some of that, pass it on to your own kids
Yeah.
today. If he might have, if you paid attention, maybe just this one time, he could have seen that what you were teaching him was patience and discipline, because that's what it takes, especially Gran Turismo. No, I played Gran Turismo 2 back on PS1. Like, I know that's not an easy game. Like, it's not an arcade game by any means.
And that's what he's playing.
That's tough.
He's
man.
playing GT2.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely remember that game, like, just like yesterday. It takes discipline, it takes patience. You got to brake properly, keep control of your car. You got to know if it's a frontward drive or rear, because it matters.
It's not like using the newer ones.
Yeah, Forza is a little more forgiving.
Yeah.
And which I think is fun in its own way. But yeah, you're teaching them patience, discipline, and when he wins, it's gonna get that feeling of like, it all paid off. Maybe my dad's not so dumb after all.
Once upon a time, Daddy wanted to be a race car driver.
Yeah.
For a very short period of time.
Yeah, I think all of us have that in us.
We used to live down the street from the like growing up. I used to live about 2 miles away from the Sebring International Raceway.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd go to sleep to the 24 hours of Sebring. Wow. I'd go to sleep to the exotic car races and the European races. And whenever people would have the Ferraris out, you'd hear them things all the way down. And it's coming from a town where racing was it, and to get just a little bit of a taste of it, it's addicting.
Yeah. What guy doesn't want to be a fighter pilot, a jet fighter pilot, or a race car driver, or an astronaut? It's in our blood, man. There's something about competition and speed.
Yeah. No, for the longest time, I was all about learning driving technique. I was all about handling, and the car that we had whenever me and Raver Mom got together, that car I had set perfect. I mean, it had the most perfect alignment on it. I never had to align that car. I had more control over it because it had no power steering, so there was no chance of oversteer. And I mean, just it was the most comfortable car to drive.
What happened to it?
Brake failure. Went into a tree.
Oh wow.
We were going about 45, and the brakes failed. And Raver Mom and Kid Koopa in the car. He was around 1-ish.
Oh my gosh.
And luckily nobody was hurt. Kid Koopa came out with some bruises from the straps of the car seat on his shoulders. And I think he bit the tip of his tongue. But no damage beyond that. Raver Mom was more in shock than anything. And I didn't realize how much that car meant to her until that day, because we poured so much money into that car and she was so annoyed with it.
Oh, I get that feeling.
That I didn't think that she really cared for this car. But whenever that happened, the only thing that she could say was, your car, the car, It's all she was worried about.
Yeah.
And
poor kid.
I got her calmed down, and it's like, let's get the baby out of the car. I need to get out and unhook the battery because I don't know what kind of damage is done to it. We don't need any fires or anything.
Yeah.
I was like, we ended up losing the car because of that.
Yeah.
And I would love to get another one. Raver Mom has stated on the podcast that is the only car that I would have permission to buy if we had the money, where I would not have to call her to talk about
what was it?
Whether or not to do it. It was a 1988 Honda Civic DX hatchback, but it was custom ordered from the factory with the motor out of the 88 CRX. So it had a faster motor in it, and like I said, factory, no power steering. and it was a little monster.
Yeah.
The thing was fun to drive. It was more of a go-kart than a Mini Cooper.
Yeah.
But a buddy of mine, he helped me work on it and start turning it into something that fun to show off and play with. And we did quite a bit of work to it, and we put thousands of dollars into this car.
Yeah, that's kind of a recurring theme these days.
Yeah, that was the start of it. But
It's time for to transition over to car model building.
I have a couple of those that still need to be built. Now I well, after we got the Hashibira, the Mini Cooper that I've got now, I used AI to create anime versions of all the cars I've owned over the years.
Yeah.
And to put them out, chronologically,
Yeah.
and just look at all the cars. And those cars were, they're the past.
Yeah.
And each car had its charms. Each car had its issues. Some were short-lived. Some I had for years. Each one came with a new experience. But each one also came with new experiences, came with new problems, came with, a chance for me to learn a new skill or build new memories. And I may really miss some of these cars, and only one or two of them I would love to buy again.
Yeah.
But they represent what has happened. And what I have now represents the now.
Mm-hmm.
But it also represented at one point what was coming.
Mm-hmm.
It's the blessing that's on its way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty insane to be able to look back and see that, because I've owned 10, 11 cars in the course of
That's a lot.
19 years.
I've owned 3 and I still have one of those 3.
So, I mean,
Well, actually, I have 2 of those 3.
I've gone through a lot, and a lot of them were lost to either hardship or...
Pink slips.
No. Only one car I lost in a race, and it wasn't Pink's. It's because I cracked the transmission casing clean down.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It was a fire hazard after that.
That's what happens when you fill it with water.
That's what happens when you overheat your car
Yeah.
in the middle of a race against something that you shouldn't have been racing against. Had my first car was a 1993 Chrysler LeBaron. Mechanic, my parents bought it from my Uncle Dave. And my Uncle Dave's niece would take it to have all the services done. The mechanic had a crush on his niece. So one day, whenever she brought it in, he chipped the thing and dynoed it before she picked it up. So it gave a little bit of oomph to the car.
Wow.
Okay, and it looked like the pulleys and stuff on it were aftermarket. So he lightened things up a little bit. And he did a little bit of custom work to it to make the car more peppy, right?
Yeah.
Well, my parents buy it for me for my 15th birthday, and then I get my license, and I discover this. I discovered that this car goes a whole lot faster than what it should.
Yeah.
And so I start street racing with this car. It is a
Buick.
car that it is a Chrysler LeBaron.
Chrysler,
You do
yeah.
not street race
Not the Chrysler.
a Chrysler LeBaron, but this was back in the day where you raced with what you had. The last race I got into was with a Mustang GT Racing Edition. It was a Ford Racing Edition.
Yeah.
And I pinned it. Just the needle
Oh,
pinned
man.
and kept going, man. And I won. I beat the thing,
No way.
but I cracked the transmission and
Totally worth it.
didn't have the money to fix it or anything, so it got parked.
Hey man, I know I just beat you in a race, but can I get a ride home?
Oh, I drove it.
Oh.
I drove it home. Just all of a sudden, it was having some issues.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
And we took it to a mechanic. He lifted it up and he's like, "You need a transmission, man." It's like, "Oh no."
It's dead.
But it was a death trap. I needed to be out of it. It was a death trap. But that was the first car I put a stereo system into. I had neons on the inside of it. It was very 2000 street racy.
Yeah. I miss that neon light scene, man. I think that's still cool. You have the right car for it.
They use LEDs now.
Yeah.
You can still custom order neons, but longevity of it
It looks about the same, don't it?
Yeah, if you install it right.
Yeah.
And you get a good set. If
They're not
you get
super bright.
If you get a cheap set, they're dull, they're dingy, they're terrible. If you get a good set and you do like with the neons, you bought them so they went down the whole side of the car. They went down the whole back of the car, and all the way around. It wasn't just, oh, we got 2 strips on this side that are like a foot long, 2 strips on this side that are a foot long, and the Otaku box has LEDs underneath it.
Yeah.
And I bought extra lights. That way they would go from point A all the way down to point B.
You got to, yeah.
And just because of the lights under the car and how clean it looked caught so many eyes.
Yeah.
And it was because most people who put LEDs underneath their car nowadays, they have this gap that's black in between the lighting, and it looks terrible.
The dotted lines.
And so I spent the extra $40 to get extra lights so that it would look 100%. And then I put some up in the grill so the grill lit up, and had lights underneath it. Whenever you popped the hood, I had lights that I could turn on and off with a switch to show the engine off. And it was mostly there for maintenance.
Yeah.
I had LEDs all on the inside of the car, and I had them underneath the dashboard, underneath the seats. I had all LEDs that I could change colors with up in the dome lights.
You have the pictures posted up on the Facebook, right?
Yeah.
The page for.
Yeah,
Rev and
I think I have a couple of them on there. Not all of them. There's a couple.
Yeah.
My personal page has all of them.
Yeah.
But I think Rub's Otaku Talk, I put the what do you call that? Like the stage pictures.
Okay.
Like this is stage 1, this is stage 2, this is stage 3, this is final, this is close to final,
Yeah.
But if you wanted to see step by step by step, I think I have that on my personal. Of course, with you, I texted you everything.
I definitely got it with all the steps. That'd be cool for the listeners out there to kind of see what it looked like at the end and see how in all its glory.
Well, I know that we've done a couple. Well, I think we've done 1 or 2 public events, and I actually had a photo of the car that for people to look at, and then I had some like how like I made the Hashibira stuff for my car. I had some prints made of the Otaku box like that.
Yeah.
And I had them at the events. People could take a photo.
Yeah.
And it was a 3-year project that I hated to see end the way it did, but I learned a lot. I learned to do a lot of stuff I didn't know how to do before. I learned how to do stuff a whole lot easier. So now, once we get the Hashibira paid off, then I'll put the lights and stuff onto the Hashibira. I'm not going to remove the skirting and the lips and everything else off of the thing to install the lights before it's paid off.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not. I don't want to risk it.
Yeah. No, I totally get it.
So that was a deal between me and Raver Mom. Is I'm not going to do anything.
Don't dive into
extravagant like that until after it's like, okay, this puppy's mine.
Yeah.
You know, warranty's gone.
Exactly.
All this stuff. The only thing that I'm going to be doing to the Hashibira is me and Kid Koopa are going to do a Route 66 trip, and it's going to be cool. I have a lot of places that I would like to take him on the road.
Yeah.
But I've got a book that's called Finding God on Route 66, and it's a devotional that you do while you are on the trip.
That's cool.
And so I'm gonna be doing that with Kid Koopa as we drive down the road and we see the different sights, and we're gonna do a devotional at all the different sites and stuff like that.
That's really cool idea.
And whenever I do that, trying to do like what Takumi did for Kanata.
Yeah.
Using the car and the road to impart, not just wisdom from my life, but wisdom from God's word.
Yeah.
But for that trip, we're going to be going through deserts, and the Hashibira is turboed. And if you know anything about turbos, if they get too hot, they go out.
Yeah.
And they go out pretty quick. So the only thing I'm going to be doing to the Hashibira before it's paid off is I'm going to be upgrading the intake, the intercooler, and the charge pipes. The setup that I'm doing, it's supposed to make the turbo system about 34 degrees colder. So
that should definitely do
it. That should help me as I'm going through the desert.
Yeah.
And then whenever we're not in the desert area, even whenever it's cold, might have to let the car warm up a little bit before I drive it, or if I start it up, just not drive it rough, which I don't drive the Hashibira rough right now at all.
Yeah.
Because I want this one to last.
Yeah,
it's the first car that I've ever gotten off a lot. It's a very anxious thing for me because I'm like, if I'm gonna, if we're spending this much money on this, we need to take care of it.
Lord help us.
I've got the same attitude toward Raver Mom's vehicle because we bought hers off a lot.
Yeah.
But because it's not around me 24/7, I can't be as
attentive.
I can't give it the same attention that I would in my own car.
Right.
But every time I see her car, I'm like, yeah. It's like, whenever you're not working, I'm gonna have to do this to it. I'm gonna have to do this to it.
Oh yeah.
I was like, because this is driving me nuts. This is driving me nuts. I know it's got to be driving you nuts, type deal, But I want this car to last. I don't want to have to go through any heavy repairs. I'd rather just be able to maintenance the car and it stay alive versus, oh yay,
transmissions.
A $4,000 turbo needs to be replaced.
Yeah.
So it's bad whenever just that one part and everything that goes with it can cost as much as the car.
Oh yeah.
So I guess it's a guy thing because I believe that we can learn a lot from driving. We can learn a lot from cars. We can learn a lot from the road. It's very metaphorical in so many different ways.
Yeah.
But it's very reflective of what God's Word has in it.
Yeah, very, very much so.
All right, question time. So, more of a serious question. Why is mentorship important in developing skill and character both in racing and in real life?
Oh, I think that question reminds me of a point I was going to make earlier about how it is that you learn lessons So with a mentor, if you do truly heed what he says or he or she says, you could be learning difficult lessons through their mistakes, opposed to learning it through your mistakes,
Yeah.
which are a lot more painful, you know. But of course, there are some times that those lessons need to happen, and sometimes they do need to happen that way, and we're better for it in the end.
Yeah.
But with a mentor, you can, if they're a good one, they'll come and tell you, hey, don't do this because I've been through something similar, or I've seen this, and it's going to end badly.
Yeah.
So that's a much better deal.
True that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so something a little funner. What kind of car would Kanata or Takumi drive if he had to pick something totally unrace-like a minivan or a food truck?
A food truck. I'm getting Twisted Metal vibes.
Taxi.
Yeah, taxi. A Tesla.
Oh, no.
You know, it'd be cool. What
No.
the Waymos. Wouldn't that be cool to see them drifting the Waymo? Just all the sensors and stuff going off.
Oh, that's terrible.
Man, it really throws off the weight. I got this big camera sitting on top.
Yeah, I can totally see them on little drift trikes.
Trikes.
You know, those big wheels with the motors on the back.
Oh my gosh. Any drifting on a bike like that is just nightmare.
I would love to own a drift trike.
Oh
I would love to own one. I mean, they're like an inch off the ground.
I know, it's scary.
Well, it's hard to flip with as wide of a wheelbase that they stick on those little things.
Yeah, I think you're right. For some reason, it strikes me as something that Red Bull would have on their channel.
Probably.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
Drifting
surprise
trikes.
me. Would not surprise me.
No.
We can look that up. It's probably there.
It's probably there.
So, I have a game.
Okay.
There is a website, and it is motormatchup.com. It has a drag racing simulator.
Oh, cool.
So we are going to drag race our cars, man.
What?
Yep, my car against yours.
Do I get to make the sound effects?
No, but it'll give us realistic times. It's a quarter-mile drag race.
I live my life.
Quarter mile at a time. So I'm going to put my information in first, and then we'll put yours in.
GTR.
No, I mean your real car, man. You got to pull out the Honda.
Yeah, guys. In true Mexican fashion, I drive a Honda Civic. Don't judge me. It's my work car.
Right.
I get like 40 miles to the gallon on that thing.
Okay, what year is your Honda?
It's 2018.
Whenever I was trying to look up your car, I put down 2019. I was close.
Oh, I'm sure it's the same.
It's a Honda Civic. What's a model?
Supercharged. Oh, thing. It's
Type R, SI, Sport.
It's, I think what EX was it, the basic.
Okay.
I don't even have a touchscreen in mine, man. The windows aren't even tinted. Come on.
Yes, because that adds about 30 horsepower right
It
there.
does. 30 points for the cool factor,
So you got the LX?
I guess.
Okay.
I just know it goes fast.
My 2017 Mini Cooper Clubman versus your 2018 Honda Civic.
Honda.
You want to come over here and watch the race?
Sure. What do I want to see?
You're going to see two virtual cars on a drag strip.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, so here we go. Start race.
Kind of looks like a Subaru, actually.
Yeah, kind of.
What the? Well, yeah, you got turbo. Come on, Civic, put it in sport mode. Hey.
So,
And he's gaming, too. Left me in the dust.
So,
All right, now do my...
stock Mini Cooper Clubman, 15-second quarter mile,
EcoBoost.
the 15.26 quarter, and a 15.55 for the Civic. All right, join us as we close in prayer. Father God, I thank you for the wisdom that you give us through your word. I thank you for the gift of being able to learn from those who came before us. Father God, as we continue to move on down the street in the race of our life, that we take the time to consider the wisdom of those around us, the wisdom of your word, before we jump into action. Let us make the choices that will bring forth the blessings to the people around us, and to bless your name, Father God. Let us not become a parked car. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us on Rev's Otaku Talk. Make sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform, and don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook at Rev's Otaku Talkers and on X at Rev's Otaku Talk. We'd love to hear from you, so drop a comment, leave a review, and share your favorite anime and God moments with the community. Also, check out RevsOtakuShop.com to grab some awesome merch, and don't miss out on a bag of Rev's Conco Heat coffee before it's gone. The link is in the description below. Until next time, keep your anime collection strong and your faith stronger. See you later, guys.
Vaya con Dios.
Debates. We love the art the Lord creates. From Studio Ghibli to Naruto, God speaks in ways you didn't know. Stories rise like rising sun. We break them down one by one. Chew, this ain't just hype, it's revelation. Anime with holy inspiration. Otaku life with transformation. Faith and fandom, no limitation. It's Revs! Otaku Talk! From JoJo's post to Spirit Lead, we laugh, reflect, and plant that seed. It's Revs! Otaku Talk! So hit that play, don't walk away. Let's geek and grow in Jesus' way. O-T-A-K-U, talking truth in all we do. Revs crew, rolling through. Faith meets fandom just for you.
Taku.
I had a dream once, and I was standing in front of the church that there's a church that my uncle started, that I was raised up in, and I walked out of the doors of the church, and sitting underneath the overhang of the entrance of the church was a Koenig Agira Type R, and it was red, it was beautiful, and the guy who was with me hands me the keys to the car. And he looks at me and he goes, "What are you going to do?" Like, "What do you mean, what am I going to do?" He goes, "Are you going to drive it, or are you going to keep it parked? Because if you park it, you'll never know what the car can do." So, it was a spiritual vision.
Yeah.
In your life, in your ministry, if you do not
Do something.
put it into action, you'll never know what your ministry or what you yourself can do. You're going to be a parked car, you're going to hit the gas.
Yeah.